beautiful beaders, it's Gina from Orchid and Opal.com, and I'm back with one of my favorite types of videos to do, and that's the finished jewelry updates. Every month I like to come back at least once, hopefully twice, to share with you guys what I've been up to with the different things I've unboxed and shared. And this video is just a few days later than usual. I like to come back and share with you guys a full collection based from the bargain bead box subscription, which is one of the wildly popular subscriptions that I share here each month. If you haven't seen that unboxing, I will try to leave a link for that in the corner so you can check it out. This month's theme was citrus, and you will see a lot of yellows and greens. I just like to come back and share some of the possibilities of what you can create based on these collections, because it is truly amazing how much you can do with what seems like just a few beads. I will also leave a link down below to their subscription and a code that will give you $2 off your first month. So check that out if you haven't already. Before we get into today's video, I am excited to announce that it is sponsored by Skillshare. If you haven't heard of them yet, Skillshare is an online learning community for creative individuals where millions come together and they take the next step in their creative journey. They offer thousands of inspiring classes for artistic and curious people on topics including illustration, design, photography, video, freelancing, and much more. This month I have particularly enjoyed a class called Top Tips for Selling at Art and Craft Shows. When I'm browsing Skillshare's classes to see what would benefit me, I'm also on the lookout for classes that would benefit you. This straightforward 3-part video series will give you pointers on mastering craft show venues from prep to presentation to financials. If you're interested in selling your handmade jewelry at craft shows, I think this is a great series for you to check out. Most of Skillshare's classes are only 60 minutes or less, and you can fit them around your schedule and your interests. Because Skillshare is sponsoring today's video, they're generously offering you guys the opportunity to become a member absolutely free, absolutely no obligation, for 2 whole months. So you can take advantage of their thousands of inspiring classes with hands-on projects and feedback from a community of millions. Just click on the personalized link down below this video to sign up and see all they have to offer for yourself. All right, so as you guys can see, this is the first necklace that I have to share with you all. And this is one that I did share on my social media. So if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you've already seen it. I even did a little post on the YouTube community tab to let you guys know this video is coming, so you may have seen it. But this was the very first thing I made from this collection. It includes these polymer clay lemon slices, which, not gonna lie, that's a challenge to work with. And it's especially a challenge to make them not look overly cutesy or to kind of elevate the way they look if that's what you're going for. But I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. I think it did actually elevate the lemon slices. And in fact, it makes me think of a garland. It looks like a flower garland or something, some type of a floral sash. As you can see, I incorporated some green and yellow 11-0 seed beads, as well as some in the silver. I pulled out these bright yellow pip beads from my stash. These are check glass little drops. And I thought they would look really cute with the lemon slices because they kind of look like little lemons. I also brought in some of these green Rizzo beads to give the look of leaves. And this design was totally something I came up with off the cuff. This wasn't based on any design in particular that I had seen. I just started weaving the beads together, and this is what I ended up with. Here's a look at the back. You can see that I based this design off of a ladder stitch using some larger seed beads at the back, and that is what is holding everything together. And there are several layers to this piece. And it's funny because this is one of those things I just didn't really expect to come together so easily and quickly, which it's always great when that happens. But if you asked me to recreate it, I might not remember exactly how it went together. I'm sure I could figure it out, but you know what I'm saying. So here is a look at the entire necklace. I did use the stainless steel colored chain that came in February's box, and also one of those little lemon charms they included I thought would be perfect as the embellishment for my extender chain. Next, I have this fun citrusy necklace for you. It's like a statement necklace using those larger lime green rounds. It also incorporates the Millefiori glass beads with the little pops of yellow in the center. Lots of the silver findings. You can see the silver bead caps. And then I pulled in 3 of those leaf charms or pendants. toward the front of the necklace and then popped on a size 6/0 yellow seed bead over top of each of those leaf components to bring in another pop of yellow. Also pulled in a little pop of yellow back here and finished this necklace with some of that same silver chain they included. So I think it's a fun summery little necklace. I also made this coordinating 3-strand bracelet to go along with it. You can see I had another one of these leaf pendants that I included. I also embellished the little extender chain on this bracelet. And here's a look at all 3 of those strands and how they tie in all of that green and yellow all together. So here's a look at these 2 together. Also just finished this off with an extender chain and a little pop of yellow on the back. And then had 2 of these green round beads left over. So decided to make this dangly little pair of earrings to complete the set. Before I forget, I wanted to show you, so this is the container I have with everything that is left over from the February bargain bead box. Everything else has been included in finished pieces that you will see. And of course, I've also incorporated some things from my own stash, just like you guys would do to round out what they sent. But of course, most of what is in these finished pieces actually came right from the subscription. Next up, you guys might recall that large ellipse-shaped pendant that they sent. It looked like some of you guys received some that were much more brighter lemony yellow than the one I received. I wasn't exactly thrilled with this color. It's just not one of my favorites, but that didn't stop me from creating something I actually really love. And that's this very artful, large beaded pendant. You can see that I beaded all the way around this pendant with silver 15 O's and these lime green 11 O's I had in my stash. I also used the last leaf component that they sent in the subscription as sort of an asymmetrical leafy design. Like I wanted this to look kind of like a piece of fruit. That's what I was going for. I also pulled out these check glass leaves from my stash and wanted to give this some kind of an organic leafy look at the top that layered over the metal component. I just really wanted to see all those components kind of come together. And I'm really happy with how it came out, especially for a pendant with a color that I wasn't just that thrilled with. As you can see, I did string this on some chain just to keep it simple since there's so much going on in the pendant. I had run out of the chain by this point that came in this month's box, but fortunately I had some in my stash that coordinated and then finished it off with another little extender here at the bottom. So you could really get as creative as you wanted with these pendants. I know some of you are great with wire wrapping. You could certainly do that. Lots of possibilities. There was a hole there at the top drilled through the stone that you could have attached a ready-made bail to or directly beaded onto. All right, so the rest of the pieces I have to share with you are going to be very heavy in the color yellow. They are so bright and cheerful though. I made this 3-strand necklace using these agate beads that they sent. I did pull, again, these pip beads from my stash, as well as use the same yellow 6/0 seed beads. And I want to point out too, that these were not high quality seed beads. These are the ones that may vary in shape a little bit, which is totally fine because I like the look that that gives when stringing sometimes. They make great spacers where you just need pops of color, but it doesn't really matter because you're not bead weaving them, whether they are exactly the same or not. So don't discount those seed beads if you have some. They do have a purpose. And I just strung those 3 strands onto these 2 components, which were like chandelier earring components. You could use them for that, or like I did as a connector. And they even had 2 extra holes. So if I wanted to, I could add a couple of strands of chain in between here. You could do a 5-strand necklace if you wanted to. So really think outside of the box with these components. I would have used some silver bead stringing wire, however, I was totally out and that wasn't gonna stop me, so I just went ahead and used what I had, but it's really not that bad. Nobody's gonna be that close up on it anyway. So here's a full look at that piece. As you can see, I finished this one off with the chain that was included also. And I have my extender coming off the lobster clasp with a coordinating pip bead. Before I move on, let me show you real quick what I did with these glow-in-the-dark rounds. So I had no idea these glowed in the dark when I was doing the initial unboxing, but many of you pointed that out to me and I appreciate that. So of course, when I found that out, I knew I had to make something for my son. I have a 9-year-old who loves things that glow in the dark, so I made him a little bracelet using some nylon cord and a hammered metal button to function as a clasp, and he really loved it. The next item I made is this necklace. It is actually one long strand that you could wear long as it is, or you could double it up to make a 2-strand necklace, which I actually prefer. This is a really bead heavy necklace. You can see I incorporated the glass rondelles, more of the yellow agate beads, these larger faceted crystal beads, as well as the pops of yellow. There's those 6/0 seed beads again in the wonky shapes, which I actually love in this necklace. And just spaced everything out with these silver 11/0 seed beads that I had in my stash. I did use the rest of the bead caps on either side of the larger crystals. And I finished it off with this hook and eye loop that I had in my stash. So here's the full look at this necklace. As you can see, just one long strand. And the other thing was that it was random. So I didn't actually plan on which beads I was gonna put where, except for the crystals. So I kept those larger crystals more evenly spaced, but as far as what went in between, I made it random. I actually like how that came out because the beads match, it's already gonna coordinate, but it doesn't look too matchy-matchy. It's interesting. It looks different enough to make it more fun to look at. So I have one more necklace to show you guys, and what I would consider the most artsy piece that I made from the collection. It definitely makes a statement. And here it is. I'm gonna call this the lemon drop statement necklace. You can see that I used the rest of those polymer lemon slices along the top. I actually strung those on bead stringing wire with some more of those 6/0s in between and some of those little spacers that the subscription came with. And then I did some coral stitch. I made a combination of this bright yellow and some clear 11/0 seed beads. I mixed those together and did a little coral stitch in here, just very organic. Again, not exactly planned in terms of where everything went, and that's the whole point of that stitch. You want it to look a little bit more organic. And of course, I used some of these check glass leaves that I've had in my stash for a long time that coordinated so well with the colors. That bright yellow, also the very, very light toned down yellow, and even a little bit of white that really picked up a lot of the tones in the lemon slices. I also incorporated the last few little yellow pip beads in here randomly, and that is a statement. So here's a look at that necklace off of the display. I actually really like it a lot better on this lighter background where you can really see all the different things that are going on, all the different elements of this necklace. I think this would be so cute with like a basic white summery sundress or something, and then bam, that just makes this bold pop of yellow. And then here's the other little lemon charm that I used to finish off this one too that went just so well with the lemons. So that is everything I have to share with you guys. I hope you enjoyed seeing what I came up with. I know it was just a few days later than normal, but I had some things that kind of shifted around my typical schedule a little bit, and I knew you wouldn't mind. Hopefully this gives you an idea of some of the things that you can do with the beads in this collection. I know it wasn't really the easiest collection to work with. Those lemon slices just seemed a little cutesy for some people's taste. Also, the bright yellow and lime green may not be everybody's thing too, but that's something I really appreciate about the bargain bead box is that you think about over a year's worth of what they've sent, and all the boxes are different, and you really get to build up a great collection of all different colors and styles and things that you can end up making with these boxes. And when you think about the fact that the box is only $17.95 a month shipped in the US, and you can come up with all of these things, even though they're supplemented a little bit with things from my stash, that really is a bargain. So feel free to leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you have a favorite piece here today, if maybe I inspired you to create anything, or let me know what you've been up to and give us some other ideas for some of the things that you made with the box contents. I always love to see what you guys are up to also. It's fun that we can all inspire each other and come up with so many different things based on the same materials. You guys are really so creative and always impress me. So thank you for the things that you share with me, things that you post on my Facebook page. I think it's just nice that we all come together and can have fun with these things. So a huge thank you to you guys once again for watching. I love that you're here. You all are truly what keeps me inspired to share and keep me creating and thinking outside the box. So just know that I appreciate each and every one of you. Also, a huge thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Don't forget to check out the link for them down below to try them out for free for 2 months and maybe learn a few new skills while you're crafting at the same time. That's all I have for you guys today. I will see you again very soon. And until next time, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. And as always, Happy beading! If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. For more content like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified of my latest videos. You can check out the information section below this video for links to all my social media handles, recommended products, and my shop and blog at orchidandopal.com. Thanks for watching!